If feelings are first, my worth is ambiguous. A statement, lo and behold, consoled by my mother's obligated perceptions. You are beautiful, she tells me, my girl, the world is your oyster. But sardines give me bad memories of mustaches and the likes of John Player, and though my standards are as low as my forgotten cigarette, my dreams are as big as the tales told in my teacher's voice. And since feelings are first, I can cry on the margins of untold stories. I can't write while I'm laughing, and you'd probably disagree. Laughter on the canvas would be written in pencil crayon on a colored rug in a child's room. My inner child is expressed when feelings are first. It's the emancipation of being credited for the memorization of deoxyribose, which has done nothing but induce fear for me anyway. The misplaced hated, displaced gangsters awaits the introduction of my inner child. Now if I can bring smiles to their peers, form fascinated by toy trains that we all once longed for, I'd be in disbelief but achieved and relieved that the mitochondria within is positive. If only for a minute, if we can recognize that since feelings are first, we can share a comfortable silence and breathe through our diaphragm. So like our friend Brad said, my name is Zoey Pricelys. I'm from Saskatoon. I grew up all over Canada, all over North America. I love what I do. I feel like I've been given this gift and I need to nurture it and share it, and I believe that's what I meant in the bio, is that we have this, this energy in the arts, and specifically in Indigenous arts, where we can share that story and share that narrative and carry on that oral tradition that is, has been, there was a bump in the road and we're back. I feel fully, we're back. And the arts is a vehicle for a lot of us to bring that back. It only takes once. I tried twice and I failed to know. And now I bet on myself with mistakes and the rules that I broke. I talk the tone of a thug that I never really knew. But somewhere in the mix, this is how I grew to be the disco queen I always dreamed to be. And now I get the best of both worlds in a LOVE in the right way. And I'd say thanks to all of you. A compilation of different societies viewed. I grew up with all of you, and I more than listened to your stories. Then I took it to my cell, and it did so much more for me. I took a stroll in your kicks, and I did just fine, but listen, what I just said was clearly a lie. I lived a good life, and then I explored the gritty, and now I'm skipping to the top, but y'all could roll with me. I stood at a halt, which led to endless attention. I passed out on the spot and suddenly resented. I hated authority when discipline was implemented, so I pieced off the square and a new life was presented. I had a friend who swore she'd be there till the end, but she told me in pretend, so I pieced out again. Now I can be straight when I say I'm always on the run. I live life with a goal, but I wake up for fun. You only live once, this ain't as good as it gets. Take it as it comes and with no regrets. Like I said, I grew up sociocultural, blessed with parents who showed me my life at a partial. Now I'm on a journey to fulfill the pieces of the article, make it a book while I compile all the particles. So this is for those who haven't now know me. Thank you for your touches in the mix of Zoey.
This should be my bio. I should have sent that to you.
Kid's gone.
We got started. Oh, I'm glad you stayed.
Unify your mind, your body. Go tell everybody now. We leave the house in the morning searching for the dollar. Rush to the phone and leave a silence to our daughters. Let's get out these collars and climb off the abyss. Let's get out with these lists. This time we go and resist. This time we go and live. Let's violate these norms. Life would be just easy if we go and conform, but they want to transform. You occupy us, perform demonstrations galore. Our citizens are torn, yeah, we welcome the storm and we watch and connive to the banksters with the paper. Know that we have arrived. The Gen X, the Y, we in for the fight now. We in for our life, and for all this we strive. Let's unify our minds, evolve together. Let's unify our bodies, support each other. We can coordinate our efforts, bring it into the cycle like we're practicing our freedom freestyles. The structure we need to unify your You know, before I come on stage, I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing with my life? Why did I choose this? Because I sweat and I drink a lot of beer. And then I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fun. But I love this because, you know, when I perform and I look around at your eyes, I can see that something is happening with each of us. And I really appreciate that. And I appreciate you being here and listening to me. That's kind of cool. Walking back in time, we, Joggins, welcomes the brave. On native land, we stand tall and yell down the citadel, are you hungry? To the slaves that have escaped. No, they relate with the survivors of Cornwallis's master plan. Yes, they shared meals in Africville. Somehow, in these trenches, rich has no monetary value. So let's hold hands, so down through the St. Lawrence to Kingston. It's too close, unsafe. Let's build a Fort Henry. We're our slaves. Unity is compromised with these geopolitical borders. We stand tall on native land. We stand free. The Indian homelands holds no existence in Cypress Hill. There's too many, it's unsafe. Disperse them, it's all geography. Then we welcome the Japanese to the west. On Pearl Harbor came, so we made beats the new thing and beat the weaklings that would be beat by the sun and the sun, the chosen one. No one is civilized on this land. We have so much, let's get more. We have an empire, silly me, let's go back. Who knew we'd be at war for the entirety of 7 years? That sure took a toll, increased fear, not enough. Bring on the blankets, the whiskey, and the beer. The Bayo talks to more, the Acadians oppressed, oh Canadians, let us celebrate this as success. The 49th parallel, somehow we must stop Joe Howe from getting the nonsense across that railway now. Lord Durham disagrees, so a responsible government we shall be. On native land we stand tall, on native land who stands free? Now in response. With the anticipation and execution of education in the indigenous nations makes for a new creation of sisters, mass producing a wave of educative natives like the Creator has saved us. They came in a ship to try to play us. They just agitated us and we're strategically staying strengthened like economic stagnation, cause we're getting our brother scholar fitted with ambitions and domination, refraining from the movements in the act of assimilation. We're dealing with the relocations, we can't have the replications of the residential schools hiatus. Please tell me there's some motivation. Vote. Sorry. Please vote.
Yes. No. This would not work. Sometimes I just look out for your safety.
Everything in the world has a spirit. Everything in the world has a spirit. Wakutuin, this is the Bimatsuin. I understand some of us has lost this, and I know the retrieval of it is hard, so I press on. Sâkêwêwak and Sâkêwêwak, let's press on. We pummel courageously from our roots the roots of cages, building upon and maintaining our matriarchs and organizations. We stay patient as strategists, stubborn because we can resist. We've always only had one chance. So we work and we dance, feed our families, we laugh. Never have we had enough time to collapse. We whisper to each other, hard times always pass. Now I can only hope and pray that this patience will last as I listen for her echoes from the past. You see, we've endured diaspora, but now we do it to ourselves. But now it seems it's both born from ourselves. Mind you, Wakutuin still exists. And this is where it begins. And this is how we all win. From all of us and for all of us, Wakutuin starts within. So let's put down our fists and open our hearts so our sisters can find a way back to their start. We all do matter. Each of us enough. Enough to stand against the darkness we all face, enough to give and accept a purposeful grin, enough to hold and be held, enough to love and be loved. Wakutuin starts within. Everything in the world has a spirit. And as Marie Campbell affirms, home is where the spirit dwells. So Sâkêwêwak and Sâkêwêwak, let's keep our hearts open. Manajituin. Work and Wanaskewan and call our spirit's home. Zoey, come home.
I think you know you're in a good place when the stuff is still hits, you know?
One day, a birdie told me that hip-hop was a part of me.
Those shoes are like the beat. Let me fix this. I was trying to jam to that shoe. Walk slower, babe.
One day, a birdie told me that hip-hop is a part of me. Now it's time to turn away far from the streets and go for your dreams to your destiny. I got a bit of hip-hop, hope my life ain't no one taking there for me. I'm gonna keep doing what I do with no fear to prove until I reach my victory. That little bit of hip-hop, hope my life don't drive me to be strong. Don't matter what I do, what I did, know where I've been, hip-hop's been there all along. I got a big dream ahead of me, instead of feeding off these streets before me. I'll write my own story in the walks of life and remember glory now that I found my life. That's time. She's progressing in the alphabet city. I wasted time with some criminal activities, the result of a girl with a disturbed mentality that's hurting the world, and I just had to be a victim. My spirit's a doctor, I gotta lift them. If there's love in the world, I gotta get some. And they listen. So, you'll listen. The spirits are alive, energies pumping combined with eccentric values that drive us to incline, redefine your mind, body, and spirit. A comfort zone intertwined with other cats who hear it. I feel love in the air, passion driven. Don't matter your skin tone, know where you're living. We're all just kids with big voices, so spit it out. Look at the world we live in. You gotta do what you gotta do to be where you wanna be. One of the best streets ever retrieved from the streets. Yo, being an OG never appealed to me, unveiled the mystery of accentuated poetry.
Love you.
At first, it was a simple yet perfectly shaded, perfectly rounded with a mysterious shadow rounded through the center loop in her hair that I noticed. The way it carved itself around her face as if to mock the dimples that all appear at her, because people don't simply look at her. And those who don't notice are simply not ready. She is captivating. All too often, I found myself completely lost in her while still... Sorry. All too often, I found myself completely lost in her while still basking in the realization that she clearly lacks self-confidence. And I need to be clear when I say that I'm not basking in the lack of, but I'm just rather mindfully asking her to take her mask off, because it'd be a shame if she didn't see what I see. A bigger shame if she's seen it and still couldn't believe. And I can see through her eyes and I can see that I'm weak, and yet again I allow social constructs to halt me. Like I'm ashamed. Zoey, if you like a girl, then you're gay. But if we leave it at that, then we're missing the point. I stop time to allow myself to feel the innate beauty that she lives with, and really, these are the moments that I live for. So let's stop policing each other and just let love live more, because in these moments, in this moment, I'm freer than ever before.
I forgot two things. One, my water. Two, my other poem. Yeah? Oh, you guys are my people. Oh, what about my poem though? Did I bring it? No, I didn't. Yeah. You're so sweet. Thank you. I didn't know how I was gonna pull that off. Okay. So I've just been like single for a few months now, and I'm loving it to pieces. And ever since I've been single, I've been writing all these poems about sex. And I like it. I like the inspiration.
Yeah, I like the inspiration better, maybe. I think we should have sex with whomever and wherever we want. But of course, at first a deal needs to be made. I typically ask general questions to ease the situation, but a name and whether or not he's circumcised feel most important. For the most basic reasons. I just need to know so I know how to work with you. Sometimes I have a lot of time and sometimes not so much. Like a blueprint, I need to know where your pillars stand, so I know how to mold the thick parts of my body around you, and how you can mold the thick parts of your body around me, and through me, and in me. You see, the circumcision question is not to determine whether or not your mom loved you as a child, but rather I need to know if we can move through this quickly, or if we have to schedule each other in, because I know some of you are sensitive. I've always been told that you're a slut if you like to, That's for you guys. I'm a slut because I'm proud of my sexuality. At least I don't have to die with the massive spank bank. I know most of us have them. Especially that one. So let's, And I won't be upset if you don't call again, if you can contractually agree that you won't stalk me upon our departure, because I've been told that I'm quite alright. My body has a mind of its own, so post our consensual agreement, you will experience exhilaration, and becoming hypnotized is not out of the norm. I will not talk myself up anymore, but just imagine a right case session. You will have a vision, and afterwards you'll need water, and I encourage you not to walk right away, because in that moment your body is going to have a mind of its own too. I guess this poem has turned into a contractual one-sided consensual agreement. I guess by now you can guess that I'm an artist and I'm familiar with contractual agreements. But I promise this one has no clauses pertaining to any monetary transaction. I don't even need a per diem, as long as you don't expect one either. I feel too much. I've come to the conclusion that I can have all the feels, and right now, baby, I'm feeling you. One. I don't know if I've been on for 20 minutes, but I feel it. Like, I did lots of poems. I did like 9 of them. Woo! That's a lot. Woo! Anyway. I can do more. Yes. Yeah. Poems. All right. It's a vision, an incision in my brain. I gotta listen. I go and twist and surpass, pursue this mission with fresh tracks. I gotta go and get that with precision, like vicious, facing enemies that virtually pusillanimous. I gotta woman up to this reclaimed Pricelys, with this mic held in the grip between these two fists. It's an energy, and it's all that I feel. So I gotta keep it right and do all that's real. So I'm headed straight to the grasses, next to the highway, a road unceded territory as I'm claimed mentally. I know I gotta break free from the constructs that glaze confined society. I've been assimilated. What? Congratulations. I lost my language, reclaim my knowledge, and the instruction has taught me something stronger. Reclaim my voice to protect these waters. I found my purpose, I know I'm worth it. I found my courage, if someone heard it. I'm here to work for the people now. This is nomadic bounce, no longer hopeless. I found the curtain, unveiled the secrets, and now I'm certain why I'm here for the people now. This is nomadic bounce. Beyond the riddles, it's time to instill the wisdom. Address the inner rhythm, yeah, I guess it's time we listen. The earth is talking, but we can't hear it speak, cause the bustle and the tanning concrete beneath our feet. It's times like this that I believe in miracles. A whisper has awakened the masses, and some furious ghosts. Here it goes, the movement's risen from her floor. We're taking back that painted past, we call it I don't know more. We're here to tie our arms with a vow to protect, cause they keep coming back to invade our mother's chest. Their gallivanting nations taking arms, no respect. That apology was secreted beneath those lies that he said. Those lies weren't formally, orally, they weren't written. This one a reciprocity that can be forgiven, but we're living in animosity in this imbalanced system. I'm just telling you to open your mind, it's time to listen. I found my purpose, I know I'm worth it. I found my courage, if someone heard it. I'm here to work for the people now. This is nomadic bounce, no longer hopeless. I found the curtain, unveiled the secrets, and now I'm certain why I'm here for the people now. This is nomadic bounce.